Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but probably. I made a mistake and I tried to use the hotspot from my phone. Um, I've never used the hotspot from my phone on this laptop, and it didn't seem to see it. And I'm sure it can if I did like 5 minutes of work, but okay, whatever. Yeah, it's not really fixed. Anyway, this is what OBS just did is what it did when I was in my apartment and it stopped working. Anyway, whatever. Just forget about it. I'll stream. You guys will hate it. Whatever. Okay. Um. Yeah. Just refresh the stream. Sorry about that. So I can't see my own stream. I can, but then it'll mess up the stream, which is ridiculous. I don't have to see this stream, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, if you can hear me and see me, then I don't care. So we'll just do that. Let me actually turn off chess base. Let me get rid of it because that might be taking up resources. Okay. Yeah, if you let me know there's a problem, I won't know because I'm normally I have the stream on another monitor. I'm just going to be looking at chess.com. Occasionally I'll go back to OBS and I'll see if you guys are complaining. You guys aren't complaining. Anyway, make sure you donate and give bits and sub. So I'm playing in Foxwoods. I just played my first round. It's over. I won. My opponent was 2150 FIDE, 2250 USCF. The time control is 40 moves in 2 hours, and then game in 30 minutes, and then delay 10. Alpha Linus just subscribed. Thank you. One of the Grandmasters didn't show up, Julio Becerra. Another Grandmaster, Gabuzian, lost. So another one drew. So it was a tough first round. Okay, so anyway, well, here's the first game. My opponent played the Keres variation of the Sicilian, which. Also, I should let you know if you go to followchess.com, you'll see most of my games. Followchess.com. Follow chess, one word. Some people watch my games live. Karen had trouble, but some people watched it and knew how I did before I told them. So, also, if you go to the Foxwoods Open website, they're going to follow. You can find it there too. You just gotta look around. The top 4 boards are on DGT, but they have some electronic gizmo that I'm keeping score with that they gave me, which lets you follow the games on Follow Chess. So followchess.com and also Foxwoods Open, the tournament website. Yeah. Kangaroo just subscribed. Thank you. Anyway, I'm in my hotel room at Foxwoods. Karen's coming tomorrow. Okay. So we transposed into the G3 Dragon. Okay. And I don't really know this. I've played the accelerated dragon, and sometimes my opponents play G3 when I play my regular Sicilian. So we get this also. I've had this a few times, but it's really rare. And basically here I didn't know what to do. So I started thinking, and my move's actually pretty common. Rook B8, you want to get off of this diagonal. I actually wanted to play B6 and decide where my bishop goes, but B5 is a more common idea. And after A4, my opponent told me everybody plays A6, B5, which is true. I didn't even think of that. I just wanted to play B6. So I did, and B6 is fine. A lot of grandmasters play B6 also. I like playing B6 more than B5 because my bishop has some more scope. I don't really care about B4, B5, B4 because then it's going to D5 anyway. So I don't really care. Okay, so my opponent played knight D5, and I think bishop A6 is more common. I thought about bishop A6, but I played bishop B7. It's okay. And my opponent surprised me. After the game, he thought maybe this wasn't good. Fear says it's okay. It's not bad. Bishop D2. That surprised me. Okay, E6 is okay. Taking is okay. Bishop C3 is okay. It's sort of boring. Knight E5. I could take on C3 also. Now he surprised me with the move Queen C1. That's not a good move. Probably should play knight to D4. Queen's not really good on C1 because it's going to be lined up on the C file. Okay, bishop A6 is a good move. He has to play rook E1 and rook C8. This seems like it's about equal. Okay, now I went sort of crazy like Foxwoods. I'm so crazy I don't have Perrier, I just have T. Drink all the Perrier. Also, we're having a meetup right outside the tournament room. There's a Dunkin'. I know you think it's Dunkin' Donuts. They changed the name about 6 months ago. I should just say Dunkin' Donuts, because if I say Dunkin', you'll be confused. They did change their name. They're Dunkin' now. It's right outside the tournament room. We're going to have a meetup there Friday at 4 o'clock if you want to meet me and Karen at the Grand Pequot Tower. Okay, so I played a move the engines do not like. It's about equal if I play knight d3. I'm very embarrassed to say I didn't see knight d3. And I saw knight d3 in a lot of positions. I just didn't look at it here. I'm slightly worse or equal if I do that. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to draw. That trades a lot of pieces. Bishop e7 is like the engine move. Donation. $9.99. Go Ben, but stay there. Thanks to Libro Cubicularist. Yay. Yeah. Anyway, sorry if everything's bad, like the lighting and the sound, the picture. I'm in the hotel room and I have wireless, terrible internet. I have no microphone. I didn't bring the webcam. I don't have any monitors. Sorry. Okay, I played a very suspicious move, and I played rook c5. Now, my friend Wesley Berger, who's been on the stream before here, I mean, not here, but in the chess center, he said, Ben, this is like 10 years ago he told me this. Ben, the reason you're good at chess is you make good bad moves. He meant my bad moves work out well. There's different kinds of bad moves. There's bad moves that are just bad and you lose. Then there's bad moves the opponent's like, huh? And then you win. And he said, my bad moves are good. This was a good example. The engine doesn't like rook c5, but it worked out very well. I tried to make the position more complicated because I want to win. And rook c5 is sort of annoying. I want to double or triple on the c file. I want to defend a5 and e5 and d5. I want to provoke him to do something he shouldn't do. Played a good move. He played rook d1. That's the right move. Let me check the chat. Donate. Show us why d3 works. Yeah, after knight d3, I'm forking his queen and rook, so he takes. And now he's pinned. So I go here. It's not like black's winning. It's just like equal, queen d2, and it's not a big deal. I mean, I wouldn't do it now because it trades pieces and it makes it more equal. So, yeah. It's an engine move because the engine thinks black is equal and it thinks otherwise black is a little worse. But it's not a human move because I want to win. So, okay. So rook d1's a good move. Queen c7's okay. Now he played a bad move. The engine says he should play queen d2 or queen e3, and that white's better. Not sure if I agree. Played queen f4, which is bad. He thought a long time on queen f4, probably 20 minutes. The time control's 40 and 2, game in 30 with a 10-second delay throughout. I played the right move, queen e7. Now I'm threatening bishop g5, winning his queen. So he played the best move, queen e3. I doubled up. Oh, no, I played knight c4 after a long thought. I thought he'd play queen c1. I doubled up on the bubble up. Okay, now the reason I won this game is over the next 15 moves, my opponent played very passively. And he's fine. He's equal. He was better. But I was trying to win, and he was doing this. And he had less time than me most of the game, like starting about here when he played queen f4. Thought a long time. And even though when we made the time control, we both had about 10 seconds left, he caught up at the end because I was thinking at the end when I was winning. Here I had a lot more time. He played bishop f1. Always play bishop f1. It's not a great move. It's not terrible. My knight's pinned now to my bishop on a6. So I played bishop b7. So my knight's not pinned. I didn't know you played long games. Well, I don't. Why did Karen keep interrupting Nigel Short? Don't know what that means. All right. Chat's still stupid. Okay, good. I missed you guys. All right. He played rook a b1, which is very passive. And I think the reason is he wants to play bishop b4, attacking my rook, and then play knight b5 and hammer my d-pawn. Bishop here, and knight here, and here. However, and that's a good idea. However, knight takes b2 is annoying after bishop b4. So he played rook b1. Now let's play bishop b4. All right. I played bishop g7. And the reason is my bishop is safer on g7, so my queen can start running around. My bishop's defended. The other reason was, if he plays bishop b4, I thought about playing rook e5. And then if he plays bishop g2, which I expected, then f5. because that e pawn is pinned. Obviously, I can't play f5 when my bishop's on f6 because I can't do that. So that's one of the reasons I played here was to do this. And the other reason was my bishop's defended by my king, so my queen can start, doing stuff. My queen did start doing stuff. Okay, bishop b4 is the right move. He played bishop g2, which isn't good. And for the next few moves, the engine wants me to play knight a3. But I thought after knight a3, rook c1, I had nothing. And there's some positions where I thought he would take and get his rook open. So I don't like knight a3, the engine plays it. I played a6, stopping knight b5. And this is his last chance to play bishop b4. The computer says he's better. But he played h3, which is very passive. And now I prevented bishop b4 with rook c7. Not that prevents it, but bishop b4 doesn't threaten my rook anymore. And I thought I had a nice advantage here because my bishops are fianchettoed. I have the open file. His rook on b1 is passive. My knight on c4 is great. And the computer says I'm a tiny little better. Yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. All right. So he played king h2, which isn't good. And again, here he had less than 10 minutes to get to move 40, and I had about 25. I played h5, which is a good move. I want to soften him up. On the dark squares, he played h4, knight e5. Yeah, I'm clearly better here. My rooks are great. My knight is great. My bishops are great. His knight can't go anywhere into my territory. I have the c4 square. Yeah, this is a big advantage to black. And I had a nice time advantage. And I was always worried he was going to hammer me on d6 with bishop b4, knight b5, rook d1. He never played knight b5. He never played bishop b4. So I don't really have any problems now. And the engine agrees that I just have a nice advantage. Okay, I attacked the a pawn. He defended it. I attacked it again. And he has to play a5 here, but after b5, his position just sucks. If he doesn't play a5, he's lost. And he probably had about 6 minutes here to get to move 40. It's move 30. So I can't really blame him. He played knight b3. That way he's attacking my pawn, but it's winning for me. After the game, he said, maybe I should have played here. Like, we didn't get to the position just like in our head. And I was like, well, I take your rook on a1. And he's like, huh? So then we set it up, and he's like, oh. Because in his head, in your head, he didn't realize his rook is hanging on d7. So I'm up a rook. But you can't play rook takes d6. Anyway, he's lost here because in this position, black has a winning move, which I'm sure you all see. Check the chat. Yay, 100 centidues. I did win. That's right, Zombie. Very good. Thanks for the 100 centidues. Try to donate more. I'm doing terrible at the blackjack tables. Shh, don't tell Karen. All right. Oh, 7 minutes ago. I'm like, what? That didn't happen. Okay. I'm not gambling. It was a joke. Silly. No, I don't have a jacuzzi suite, but I could have one. Double down. I'm a very modest person. You know me. Yeah. Keep gaming. That's good. Gaming? Gambling. Oh, gambling. Very good. Is that Simpsons? I think it's Simpsons. Yeah, the voice. Yeah. The it's from Mr. Bird's Casino, I guess. The what do they call them? The monitors? Not the monitors. Like Die in the Sky. There's a voice that says "Keep gaming," but Homer doesn't know what gaming means. Gambling. Oh, okay. Yeah, security camera. Anyway, that's right. Knight c4 is the winning move. So I'm threatening his rook, defending my pawn, and attacking the b2 pawn via x-ray. So if his rook goes to d3 or d3 or d1, the only safe squares I just take on b2, and then he's in a lot of trouble. And actually, my engine, not the chess.com one, the real one that I have, it sacks the exchange, but a different way than he did. It doesn't let me just take this. It says I'm completely winning. So like rook d3, rook here, I just take this. And my bishop's defending my knight. C pawn's weak. Everything's just terrible for him. So he sacked the exchange, took this. And now I thought a long time, and I didn't analyze with the engine, the move that it wants me to play. This engine on chess.com and my real engine want me to play bishop e4. And of course, the reason is after takes, you have queen c6 check, and the game's over. And I saw that. And I didn't know I would have played that because after f3, which you never do, this is completely winning. So I didn't know what to do against something like queen e3 with the idea of queen h6. I assumed I was winning, but I didn't want to allow counterplay when I knew I was winning anyway. In fact, this engine says I have one move that wins. One. It's a very weird move. It's queen b5 is the only move that wins. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm very glad I didn't play bishop e4. I got rid of the counterplay. I said, get your bishop out of there. Plays bishop c3. I'll play e5, blocking his bishop. That's the engine move. He played on f6 because he wants to keep his bishop in there. I still played e5. And I'm going to attack his bishop either with my queen or my rook. Adriano for MVP just subscribed. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play either queen c6 or rook c6 to kick his bishop out. And the b pawn's hanging. I'm up the exchange. The knight's just terrible on b3. So no future. Bishop's not very good either. He played bishop h3, which is fine. And again, we both have no time. Yeah. Not sure if Karen knows I'm streaming. Okay. My rook's attacked, so I played rook e8. That's the right move. And he had less than a minute here, and I had maybe like 3 or 4. I'm up the exchange. I'm threatening this. I can play queen here, threatening his bishop, and queen e4. That's one of the downsides of bishop h3, is this pawn isn't defended as well. If he plays queen c1, for example, queen c6 attacks his bishop. And if he saves his bishop, queen takes, and I made him. So he played queen to d1. He wants to play bishop d7, forking my queen and rook. I played queen c6, threatening here and here. So if he plays bishop to d7, I don't take his bishop, which does win. I take his pawn. And if he plays f3, never play f3, the idea of which he wants to trade queens and then take my rook. I just play this check first, and then move my rook, and he's getting crushed. Okay, so after queen c6, he played queen d7, which I expected. And now I actually played a good move. Most of you would just trade queens, move your rook to 8 or something, so I'm up the exchange. But I don't want to put my rook on a8. I don't want his bishop on d7. In fact, he doesn't have a threat here. If it's his move, I don't care what he does. If he takes my queen and I take back, then my rook's on e8, my bishop's on c6. His bishop on h3 is dead. So I figured I want to play a5, a4, take his b pawn and queen my a pawn. Like, this seems like a good idea. So I played a5, and the computer likes that. And he was worried I would go here eventually. So he played f3, a4. Computer likes the way I'm playing. And I didn't want to trade queens here because his king is pretty open. So I was like, nah, I'm not trading queens anymore. Computer agrees. And this was move 41. This is move 40. We both had less than 10 seconds. Now we get 30 minutes extra. And I played here. He surprised me by resigning, but the computer says I'm like +6. I'm up the exchange. I'm going to play queen e3 or queen f2 or knight takes b2. And he's got nothing. He has no attack. And I mean, he can't do anything. This is actually a good time to resign. There's no counterplay anymore. I got rid of the counterplay. So that was my first game. He was 2150 FIDE. After the game, he says, like, oh, I watch your stream or videos. Maybe he's watching now. 200 centidues. Enigma 2112. Something like that. Yeah, actually, they gave me an electronic thingamajig to keep score with during the game before move 1, so I did that. That you can watch on Follow Chess. Wendell121 just subscribed. All right, so that was my first round game. Next round, I'll have white against 2300 FIDE. I don't know, something like that. Probably an FM, maybe an IM. So that's what happened. 300 Centidues, Born in Oz. Next game is at noon Eastern tomorrow on Thursday. My mom's birthday is Friday. Yay, April 19th. And then 7 p.m. I play round 3 tomorrow, and Karen plays round 1. Her flight leaves at 9:30 tomorrow morning. 9:30. She gets in about 12:15 p.m. at Providence Airport, and then she'll take an Uber or Lyft to the Foxwoods, and she'll get here about 2 o'clock, and the round's at 7. Somebody subscribed, but I missed it because I'm a genius. Yeah, but thanks for the subscription. Yeah, so my rounds tomorrow are at noon and 7 Pacific, noon and 7 Eastern, Pacific. I don't know where I am, and so forth. So that was my game. Sorry the stream isn't good. Karen's actually bringing the webcam, the external one that's not this one, which I guess is a little bit better. But you know, we're not gonna have the monitors or the lights or the internet, so it's still gonna suck. Karen's gonna stream from here. Amato 495 just subscribed. Thank you. All right, so yeah, I'm in Foxwoods. I played round 1. I won. I beat a 2150 FIDE, maybe 2250 USCF. This was the game. Tomorrow at noon is my next game. If you want to come to the meetup here, it's at 4 o'clock outside the tournament room at Dunkin'. You know, Dunkin' Donuts. They changed their name. The rounds are at 11 and 6. So I think 4 o'clock is a good meeting time. Probably Karen and I will both have our games finished by then. And it's right outside the tournament room. Like there's the grand ballroom, and right before that is a Dunkin'. So you'll see it. And we'll have a meetup there for 30 minutes to an hour. Say hi to my fans. Bring money. All right, I should go to sleep soon. It's 12:30 in the morning, and my round's in 11 and a half hours. All right, see you guys when I see you. Bye.